so it took me a long time to realize what love, to be able to forgive myself for what happened in our marriage and how it collapsed, and to be able to give myself the capability to take love in again from someone else.
Yeah.
And also give it as well.
Yeah. Welcome to the Uninvited Guest Podcast.
Hosted by Samina
and Marissa.
We are the mother-daughter duo.
Turn one of your little friends.
Get ready to ditch the filters.
We're trying to break generational curses. Here, the conversations must flow free because our real life interpersonal growth depends on it. So get ready to be a part of the twists and turns in our own life stories that could give any comic book baddie a run for their money.
If you're up for some heartfelt storytelling that celebrates growth, resilience, and the struggle to keep going, you're in the right place. Let's get into it. Hello.
Hey.
My name is Samina. I'm your resident host, menopausal mommy, recording from my home in Dallas. And my open tabs this week range from dog rescue and new eyeglasses. I just need something new, but fun.
I was like, please, can we stick on this color theme? Because these purple frames are it.
Yeah.
Every time you wear them, I'm just like, I love these glasses.
Yeah, I love them too. I really do. I'm probably one of the best and boldest decisions.
I know.
I'm normally very neutral.
Yeah.
And but of course I fell in love with the color.
Yeah.
That's my favorite color. And then the frame, the shape of the frame. But as I watch commercials and I see people or just, on Instagram or whatever, and I see these people with these fun glasses, I'm like, I need something different.
I know.
It's time to have my eyes, have a check up.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm sure I'm going to need new prescriptions. So I would like to have a new eyeglass as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm here for it. I just remember the first time we both got our eyes checked and what an experience. One, it was the most thorough doctor we've ever experienced so far as an ophthalmologist, right? No, optometrist. No, ophthalmologist.
One of them.
Optometrist. But two, just that whole process of glasses and frames and lenses, and we were like, huh?
I know. Yeah.
We were both new to that world. We're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
I thought you just checked our eyes and gave us glasses right then and there. That's not how it works if you didn't know.
Yeah. The reality of getting older, at least for me, because I didn't need glasses until I got older. And so,
yeah.
And now I'm barely can see without them. So it's kind of crazy.
Life comes at it fast. If you didn't know, sorry, y'all, I just keep checking. I'm a woman and I got tatas, and I'm just so nervous that they're gonna pop out, show somebody.
Oh, pop out.
So pop out and show up. Something Kendrick said. Whatever he said is what they're trying to do right now. Okay. Hi, my name is Marissa. I am your resident millennial with 80 days left until I turn 30. Reporting from my mom's house in Dallas, with open tabs ranging from new makeup. Trying a new lip color right now.
I like it too.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And celebratory gifts for my partner.
Celebratory gifts. What are you celebrating?
Something big is happening in his world, and I just want to I want to honor him in a way that he is so deserving of, because it's not a birthday, it's not an anniversary, it's just it's something that's truly praising him. So I am on the hunt for the perfect gift, because you are literally the perfect gifter. I will always say you are so intentional about gift giving, and I could have said something back in January of '96 and you would find a way to loop it back into a gift that's relevant in 2024. And so I am going through all the notes I have of him and all the things, and I'm okay, what is a gift that would really honor this moment.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, hopefully I can think of something. I'll try to remember the few times that I've been with you guys and talked to you guys.
Yeah.
See if anything kind of, spark something in my mind to help spark in your mind.
Yeah.
That's all you need is like just a little something.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of, at least for me, it just flows,
Yeah. I think I have an idea, but I don't know. I'll run it by you and we'll see. We'll see.
That's
see
fair.
what we can come up with.
That's fair.
But what's your word of the week?
Oh my gosh. My word is excitement.
Oh, why are you excited?
Because.
Tell me about it.
Oh my gosh.
Tell me about
Our next podcast will be from your place in LA, which means I get to come out and visit you. So that is so exciting.
I'm so excited for you to come back to LA. It's 2 times in 1 year.
I know, right?
You came for your birthday, which was so much fun. We got to bring you around the traffic-filled city. I feel like we were in traffic most of the trip. But this time, you get to join in on the fun celebrations.
Ooh.
And yeah, it's going to be hot. Last time it was
hotter
chilly.
than Texas.
No, it's the valley. The valley is hot. Like, it's 105. So we're competing.
Okay.
Definitely in temperature.
Oh, wow.
The only thing is we have the beach to escape to.
Yeah. No
And
beaches
it's
here.
much cooler there. It's always like, it's crazy. Like, we'll drive to the beach and it's like 30 degrees cooler.
Wow.
It's great, yeah.
Then it's almost not worth getting in the beach.
No, the water's so cold.
Yeah.
I don't get into the Pacific. What's that?
Oh my goodness, that's crazy.
What is that? Yeah. So I'm excited. I will say, like, if we could share a word this week, I too am excited.
Yeah, we can share a word. Why can't we?
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, we love that.
Yeah.
Are you excited for something else, or are you excited because I'm coming?
I'm excited because you're coming.
Okay.
Because that was like a last minute decision, kind of like, let's do it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm just excited for my partner as well. So
Yeah.
yeah.
A lot of excitement going around.
Yeah.
We love it. We love
And
it.
our little one is coming back.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm excited
it's exciting.
to be there with everybody.
I know.
Yeah.
The crew.
The crew.
The crew and you. Okay, so wow. This is beautiful. I don't know if we can start first. Let me give a Oh, okay. So I was going to read something because we were talking about love being an action, right? And it really is. Like, you have to constantly choose every day to show up and to love.
Right.
Love yourself, love others, whether it's your partner, your friends, your family, the stranger that may have been kind to you or the stranger that may have not been kind to you.
Right.
You still have to choose love.
Right.
And action that always. And at first I read something so beautiful on Instagram that kind of just made me think, because I think God created nature to remind us of how beautiful like it is to love, and it's a process, and how nature loves on itself and the roots, right? Like everything. But literally, as we started recording this podcast, I got a text message and I was like, I wonder what this is. And I kind of want to read this and like let that be the jump off point. So my partner literally just said, my love bug, I just wanted to let you know how grateful I am for you. It's in the small things, like when I went to the farmer's market and remembered you had put $5 in my wallet. The way you love me is unmatched, and the way you support me gives me the strength to conquer any challenge. I just wanted to tell you that I love you, I see you, and I will choose you every day.
Oh.
I know. I put $5 in his wallet because
It's so cute. I'm like, you never put $5 in my wallet, but I'm sure I put $5 in your wallet though.
Yeah, definitely. But also it's like, so the farmer's market, the parking is $5, and we never
have
carry cash.
Okay.
But last week I went to the farmer's market while he went to the gym. Typically we go together, but it was just the way that our schedules worked. And so I had to go get cash, and all they give you is a 20, like the most, or the least you can get out of the bank is 20. And so I got that, and I was like, I don't know what else to use this $15 for, And so I was like, oh, I'll just keep this for the, future farmers markets, because we go every Saturday. And today is Saturday, and he went to the farmer's market, and I put $5 on his bedside.
Oh,
So
I love
I
that.
was like,
You know what that kind of reminds me of?
What?
When I used to put little notes in your lunchbox.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. My mom is probably one of my fondest memories of like remembering and feeling the love that my mom had for me in micro ways, which are always the big ways, right? If you reflect back, is she would always leave notes in my lunchbox because she always made my lunch. And it was just like, hi, I love you. I hope you have a great day at school. You're the bestest daughter ever. And we always had an inside joke because I'm her only daughter.
Still the bestest.
and it was like, love mom, with like a heart always. And she'd write it in Sharpie on a napkin, and she'd fold the napkin. Like, I still remember it. Like, I can feel that. I think honestly, like, if I have an attachment to any texture, it's probably napkins. Because like that was just a sign, like it was just like a little kiss midday.
Yeah.
That was like, hey mom.
Yeah, I think that, that because a lot of time, in the mornings I didn't really see you either.
Yeah.
So even though I talked to you before you went off to school, or when you first woke up, I think that was just a little reminder, since I didn't see you. I was like, here, your mom is still here.
Yeah.
I love you. I have a great day. I wanted you to always have a good day and always enjoy your lunches, because for me, actually packing your lunch was I think a great act of love, because it was very intentional what I packed for you as well.
Yeah.
I didn't just pack the ordinary lunch, you know that.
Yeah, I never had a Lunchable. If I had a Lunchable, I had to beg for it. My mom went above and beyond. I had like the peanut butter sandwich. I had slices of banana, slices of apples, a chip in there, or maybe 3 options. Like, my mom always gave me options. Grapes, frozen grapes, like it was
strawberries with
powdered sugar. Like, yeah, I just always had options, and it was always to my needs. Like, she always knew my desires, and she was like, I'm going to cater to that. Which is something I'm always really grateful to, that you did that for me. Yeah. Didn't know that it meant much to you. I just thought that was like being a parent.
No, but
gotta feed my kid.
No, but other kids loved your lunch as well.
Oh yeah,
I admired your lunches.
I was definitely the popular kid, because
at least at the lunch table.
At the lunch table, she was rocking over here. Okay, pretty popular. And then I would like give my lunch away. Like, mom thought I like ate it all, and I was like, how? Like, you have 30 minutes to eat all of this food? Like, of course I shared with people who would like come to lunch and like they didn't have it, or like they had like only hot Cheetos for lunch that they got from like either at home because they had to pack their lunch themselves, or they got it from like the vending machine. And I was like, here, like, I have so much food, like, we can share. Trust me,
glad you shared.
She'll pack it again tomorrow. It's okay.
I'm glad you shared, honestly.
Yeah.
Sharing is caring as well.
Yeah, I think I had to learn that too, like, sharing is caring through action of like outwardly outside of the home, because my siblings were so much older than me that I didn't have to share with them.
Right.
And if I did, there wasn't much to share amongst them. Maybe food, but like not really. So sharing outside of the home was really necessary for me to learn the value of it.
Yeah.
And the life lesson that it brings.
I love that, all the way back. Life lesson. As a toddler, like that.
Truly. Yeah. But love is an action. How do you feel like growing up with, your parents? How was it actioned?
Well,
Or what was the, memory?
Yeah, so, one of my biggest memories was, your grandma being, being from growing up, even though she was born in Jamaica, she grew up in England,
Right.
right? And or at least the latter part of her years. So she took on part of a lot of that. I don't want to say they're stoic, but kind of like hardened. They're feeling. They're not very expressive. That's probably a better word, right?
Yeah.
And um, she never said "I love you," but I didn't think anything of it because I knew unconditionally
Yeah.
that your grandma loved me just by everything that she did every day. She showed up every day
Yeah.
for us, and so I didn't think anything of it. However,
Yeah.
her sister,
Yeah.
who, which is funny, also went to England with her as well as a kid. Uh, we came to visit here in Texas, and it was some holiday. It was probably like Christmas or something. And my aunt, her sister, said, as we had passed the gifts or something, and she was like, "You're not going to say I love you?" And I do remember your uncle and I looking at each other like, "What?"
You say that?
What is that?
Yeah.
And grandma also, I'm sure, had that same reaction too.
Yeah.
And so from that point on, she tried, and we also learned to also express the word "I love you" to
Yeah.
each other. However, I still believe, like, if I had to choose one or the other, I would prefer to know that your actions were showing me that you love me.
Yeah.
You know, because anyone could say, "I love you,"
Right. Yeah.
right? But if your actions don't support those words, it's meaningless,
Yeah.
right? So, but of course, now grandma says she loves us all the time, and we say we love her all the time.
Yeah.
But it's just very interesting, the perspective of the word, how people take the word love. And the one example I would always like to refer to is like in abusive relationships.
Yeah.
An abuser will still say "I love you,"
Right.
but their actions don't say they love you.
Right.
So if I had to choose one or the other, I would definitely choose the actions.
Yeah.
I mean, I would love the combination of the two,
Right.
but if you're going to give me one over the other, I would prefer you do for me instead. What about you?
Yeah. I think it's funny because I think you took the hybrid route of grandma always showing it and then you not necessarily hearing it, but then caught on with our aunt saying like, "Why don't you say it?" Like, and then you would say it to me. Like you would say, "I love you" all the time, and you never let me leave without saying that. And then you showed it through many actions. So, call me needy, but I need both. I don't think I have favor. I definitely want your actions to match, kind of, as you said, like I need that to like reciprocate, like show me. But I love hearing it. I'm a little like,
Yeah.
I just want to be like a little fairy princess, baby girl. Like all the little soft names that you could think of in a character. And I'm just like, tell me, please tell me you love me. But yeah, and I also, though, like, going to that text message, like, I hear "I love you" in different ways, though. Like, it's not necessarily in the words "I love you." I'm grateful for you. I feel like I can conquer the world. Like, all of those words, to me, are supplemental to "I love you."
Yeah.
In a way, because if I've given you that and then you can give me something in return, not that I'm expecting that, but that you feel so good that the embodiment of love exists within you.
Yeah.
And you feel like it is overflowing so much that you can share that with me, like right back to me. That exchange is just like, it's like endorphins on steroids. I'm just like, wow. Wow. Who created,
Yeah.
like, and it is like, God is love. God is the embodiment of love. And I don't think we're like built to understand just how grand love is, but it is our responsibility to try.
Yeah. And love also comes in different forms. It's just not necessarily just about a partner or even between friends, right?
Yeah.
I mean, between family members, but it's also between our friends and our neighbors,
Yeah.
the strangers,
Yeah.
all of those.
Yeah.
The people that you have to learn to love, the neighbors that don't necessarily love you.
Yeah.
We've had our own challenges,
Yeah.
and trying to still love and be kind
Yeah.
through all of that.
Which is really tough. And it can harden your heart
Very much so.
in ways. And, I think naturally the human, just our minds, right, go through a process and a cycle. But as long as you always get through the cycle,
Yeah.
then you're fine.
Yeah.
Then you did the best that you could.
Yeah.
But knowing to start there and end there is...
That's a valid point. I like that.
Yeah.
I guess I'm thankful that I can always seem to get back to love.
Yeah.
I mean, I was probably, like you said, hardened for a minute,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But it's easy to find yourself back there and still believing in the world, even in the times of all the strife and the struggles.
Yeah.
To find myself like, yeah, I still love you in spite of, and I try to find the positive,
Right.
the other side of the hurt.
Yeah.
What good came out of this? Because there's normally something that good came out of it anyway.
Right.
Even if it meant you were out of it.
Right.
That was still the good of it, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I think it's interesting because, like, if I feel that way about, like, artists, right? Mm-hmm. Like, I think why they're, people are like, oh gosh, artists are so emotional. Mm-hmm. And whether that be like painters, writers, like art, like singers, like musicians, like any type of art form, they're always like, they're so emotional. But if anything, I feel like it's so commendable that they can talk. Like, they use their hurt to get back to love. Like, and it's just like this, I think that is where we could all appreciate art.
Yeah.
Is the cycle of love that goes through it. Even the process of trying to get it out, the pain that you had, to purge it, and then cycle it out into the world so that other people feel loved, they feel seen, they feel, heard, or understood. It's just, like love is the foundation.
So do you think art comes from mostly pain or from hurt?
I think art always involves some sort of pain.
Okay.
It pains you to be honest with what really happened, right? But I think it always starts at love. Like, I think pain is a part of that cycle. I don't know. I think it could be different for everyone of where the pain points are. But I don't think it's like birthed out of pain. I think it's birthed out of love. And you have to go through that painful cycle to get back to love. But yeah, I just kind of like you, I don't seek to pull from anything else. Like, I just want to pull from love as much as I can. So in spite of pain, in spite of despair, in spite of, turmoil, like, I'm just like, but can we find the love?
Yeah.
Can we find, there's a common ground here.
Yeah. I think we can always find the love.
Yeah.
Whether we want to find it
Yeah.
is the key, right?
Yeah.
So, at least I think everybody wants to find it, but if you have the ability
Yeah.
to tap in to get it.
Yeah. Which I think is hard. I mean, I can't even say that I would know what it's like to come from a foundation that is not loving. Because I'm assuming, right?
Right.
Like, for me, it's easy to say, like, start with love, end with love, despite everything in between. But for someone whose foundation is not the same,
Right.
I can't fault them for pulling from what they know,
Right.
what their survival mode is.
Right.
My survival mode is love.
Yeah.
Others are not, but that's someone else's own journey. But if we can instill that as much as possible, which is like, be kind to one another.
The phrase "love is what makes the world go round."
Yeah, is truly a thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know. Does it really make the world go round? But I mean,
I think so. I think so. If we were to lose it all, I mean, just imagine, what are we operating from?
Yeah.
At that point, hate, divisiveness, which is kind of where the world is at today.
Yeah.
But every time I see, like, I follow all of these, like, happy, like the Happy Project, I think I follow, or like the Good News movement I follow. And instead of watching the news, which I think I don't watch, one, because like, I grew up watching the news.
Yeah.
But like, I just don't want to take it all in and then like let it kind of stain me in a way.
Yeah.
And I know it's good to be aware. I'm not saying I'm like wanting to live in my own world and act as if there's not real things that are going on and affecting people. But I would rather pick up a book and learn for myself through art, actually, instead of fear, which I feel that the news is now.
God, it's more fear-based than
than educational.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it takes me a little longer, right? Because the news is so quick, it's so on. It's
right.
But I think it's a more empathetic standpoint to learning about how to be a better human for people.
I wonder, for the older generation like me, because we didn't grow up with live
feeds.
Like, you didn't know anything about instantly unless it was immediately in front of you.
Right.
So because I pretty much feel like you do, I'm able to actually see it live, but I'm also able to move past that and still be hopeful on the other end of it.
Yeah.
But I wonder if that's because, for so long I haven't had to have live, despair in my life, you know what I mean? Or fear in my life. Whereas for your younger generation, not necessarily you because you didn't necessarily grow up live, but it's now very common.
Right.
Or maybe you didn't, we just sheltered you from that. I don't know. I don't really remember.
Yeah. I mean, 94, we had TV.
Yeah, but doesn't mean it was live. Like, did you know what was going on the other side of the world immediately? You know what I mean? Or
no, I think the moment I realized it was live, honestly, is crazy enough, is 9/11.
I knew that.
Yeah, like just.
But I don't think we even knew 9/11 was live until the second plane.
Right. Yes. I knew it became live because of.
This is the same, yeah.
And like my situation, my circumstances of like having a father in law enforcement and having a mom in the aviation world.
Yeah.
It was like literally two worlds colliding, and I was like, what is happening?
Yeah.
And then that's when I realized like there's turmoil and war and all of these things happening in real time.
Right.
Despite my circumstances and what's surrounding my,
Yeah, that makes sense. And maybe that's after 9/11, maybe that is when we started seeing everything live.
Yeah.
Pretty much, as much as they could.
Yeah.
They were there pretty quickly to the scene anyway.
Yeah. Right.
So, wow.
I know. It's just so crazy. But in love being in action and kind of to move past this, because I know that can be very heavy and a time for so many people. In the last episode, we were talking about bonus children, and we were just talking about like love, like the love that we care, for them, and how you exampled that. Which I actually had another thought towards that is I think the reason why I'm so inclined to the situation that I'm in is because you made it so attractive.
Wow.
Like if it were something that seemed not attractive, why would I do it?
Right.
And I said it in a different way. I said it was so beautiful, but it was attractive, and it was an attractive experience of like, oh, I can do this. Like,
Right.
this is not, that's an option for me as well.
Right.
It doesn't have to be the cookie cutter, find a partner that's no kids, no
Right.
marriage, hasn't been married before, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
So I will say that. But to our family and our roots and our ancestors, we have a family saying of there's no halves, only whole.
Right.
And that to me is like the epitome of love, because like it doesn't matter who you are.
Right.
If you're on Papa's ground,
Right.
you are loved.
Right.
You are loved as one love.
One love.
One love,
Literally. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think also that's just super helpful to like, that is my backbone. That is our backbone.
Yeah.
Of our family. And I don't know, I'm hoping that this conversation sparks that in someone to like go love on someone that you maybe used to love, in a healthy way, in a boundaried way, right? But just to forgive them so that you can love again.
Yeah.
Or forgive yourself so that you can love again. I think that's the season I'm in.
Yeah.
Forgiving myself to love.
Yeah, and I think the funny thing is I think I am as well.
Oh.
I mean, really think about it. Like, I used to say that I was always afraid to remarry. Because I was, no one goes into a marriage thinking they're going to get divorced.
For sure.
Right?
If you do, that's crazy.
And my ideal of love and marriage, when it crumbled, I was devastated.
Yeah.
And so it took me a long time to realize what love, to be able to forgive myself for what happened in our marriage and how it collapsed, and to be able to give myself the capability to take love in again from someone else.
Yeah.
And also give it as well.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times, and this, that I've had a few partners along the way that we thought we were going to the finish line.
Yeah.
And of course, your mom
backed out. Backed out at third base. I was like, what?
Backed out.
Okay.
I just couldn't do it because, I couldn't get past that trauma of what had happened.
Yeah.
And they were all good people. They were all good men.
Yeah.
But I just couldn't get past that. So, so I think it's important to be able to forgive yourself.
Yeah.
And that was really the important part for me, is to be able to forgive and realize that your new person is someone different as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to be able to see them for who they are, and you're going to obviously bring your baggage, but be able to actually unpack your baggage. You unpack your bags and throw out what you don't need,
Yeah.
And
Truly.
then move forward.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I said something, like I shared a video on TikTok talking about, because I was doing a failing series about what love is, from a person who like didn't come from merit, like a, perfect home, quote unquote. And so I was really saying love is like knowing that person has a history, but like wanting the desire to give them a clean slate and the desire to give you a clean slate overrides everything to go forward with this person. And I think it was easier for me to do with him, to give him the clean slate. And then I realized, I was like, I'm not necessarily giving myself a clean slate, because I think this love is so powerful and like sometimes so overwhelming that I'm like, wow, God, I'm deserving of this love.
Yeah.
That I'm just like, my past mistakes don't say I should get this. Societally or in my own head. Yes, I'm like, but then I'm like, no, I'm deserving of this. Like, this is, I get this.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, like I think, I don't know, well, this is fun because I didn't know that of you. So now I feel like we have another thing to like hold each other accountable of like how we are forgiving ourselves to embrace the love and to not push it away.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes it's a struggle. You know, sometimes that little part of me comes back. I get scared.
Yeah.
But thank goodness I have a great partner that lets me know. No fear.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that is not of God. So don't fear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm here for you, regardless. I'm holding your hand through this.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I love that. Shout out to Honey Dad. Shout out to the mans. Okay. I'm about to get ready to go to my man. I'm on my way, baby. Okay. Well, this was another great episode. I really enjoyed this.
Me too. Anytime I talk about love,
I know.
it's always a good thing.
I know. I think I'm becoming more lovey-dovey than I thought I was. I thought I was a little hardball. I was like, yeah, I'm a little firecracker.
You still are a firecracker.
I am a firecracker, but I'm like, I'm a firecracker with like, I'm like exuding love like everywhere. Like there's little hearts coming out of my fire. So yeah, because I'm realizing like, I'm just a girl. Like I want to be just, and I don't know, like.
You just want to be loved on.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
I really do. I'm like, you want to hold my hand? You do. Hold it again. Hold my other hand. Carry me.
Oh, goodness.
He's going to watch this episode and he's like, she's Grace. But he's also like, yes, I will.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
Well, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Uninvited Guest. Next week, join us on the couch, on a different couch in California.
Yay.
We're so excited to talk to you, some more and get to know you. Please let us know what you think of this episode and how you're loving on yourself and loving on others. Talk soon.
Bye.
Bye.